Hey everyone, Temporal here, and for this session we are reviewing a GM Diva. They are primarily an off-tank player. This is 4300 they said, and Diva is their weak tank. We're going to go ahead and help them out here. We're seeing Ball here, but I think that's going to change. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe, as that helps out quite a bit, and I really do appreciate it. Or if you are looking to get coaching yourself, you can join my Discord in the description below, see what rates look like, see what sort of promos, special events we have going on, all that good stuff. Okay, so we're late, and as we look at our setup, you guys are playing we're playing our Reinhardt Diva tank line, which is fine. Rat Pack, that's probably Rack Attack on an alt account. Okay. Bap Lucio, and then you guys have a Widow Doomfist. Okay, so are you going to position here with Reinhardt? I hope not. You are. Okay, so let's properly set this. You're setting here. I don't know if that's because you're expecting the monkey and now you see the monkey and you want to be ready to peel him. Fine, reasonable. What was this for? Was this just you being late on the nade? That's you reacting to the nade. No, absolutely not. That's way too much DM. So the boost recovered is good. The DM during the boost is fine. I'm perfectly okay with a tick there. And you immediately U-turn it as you should. You've knocked him back to the high ground, or back off the high ground. Now he's stuck. That's exactly what you wanted. He's sort of stuck in this space where he doesn't have anywhere to go. That's what we want. But now, I initially assumed this was to catch the piece of spam, catch the immediate stuff. As soon as you see that the Reinhardt shield is up, Reinhardt can't do anything from here. Reinhardt is helpless. Like, if you expected huge, big damage, you could be like, yes, maybe I'm going to preserve Reinhardt's shield. But Reinhardt isn't able to do anything. The opportunity cost of Reinhardt shielding here isn't very high. The opportunity cost of you DMing here, once you realize the Reinhardt shield is up. Initially, turn around, instantly DM. Maybe you could have caught the nade if you were a little faster. Great, no problem, fine. But now, continuing to DM, I don't know if you're DMing because you're purple and you're just scared because you're purple. Maybe it's the same reflex you have from when you play Reinhardt, where if you get purple, you're just going to shield up. You can't quite do it the same because DM is a resource that works differently. DM is a resource where, hey, it's on a timer, and right now you have this shield in front of you, and I'd way rather spend shield while you Oh, Jesus, I don't know why it's doing that today. While you go, hey, I want to micro-missile at this McCree that's trying to rotate. That's in a delicate part of his rotation. Or I want to left-click onto this monkey that fell into a bad spot and is now in a bad place and needs to rotate out. Maybe you want to go ahead and micro-missile him. I don't really care. But the point here is we look at this and go, hey, we do not, in fact, want to just be DMing right now. And we definitely don't want to. Again, one ticket DM because you were trying to catch the nade, fine. What's this? Why'd we go extra? There's no reason. Oh, I don't know what happened there, why this game suddenly hates me. That's what it's doing. I don't know why your DM, which I now can't highlight, is below half right now. Like, it simply shouldn't be below half. And then you turned and DM'd this, which again, the Rhine is already shielding, and there's not actually a strong need to protect your Rhine shield right now. We didn't get any micro missile off, and there was no reason that we were gonna like need our micro missile, or we're gonna be vulnerable if we used our micro missile to punish this team that was rotating and was in the vulnerable spot of their rotation. Were you likely to get eliminations? Not terribly. Might have combined with random other spam. Might have combined with a Widow body shot. Might have combined with someone like the McCree who your Doomfist had softened up. But really, we were looking for, let's put some pressure on you. Let's force some cooldowns. Let's get some health. Maybe let's combine for some damage. Let's make you spend bubbles. Let's make you use self-nades, that sort of thing. There's no reason not to have done this here. There wasn't going to be some greater opportunity to micro-missile them that you miss out on by not taking that one. So this was a Master Tracer Cree from earlier reviews? Yeah. So here you are. You're just playing this down main? I hope not. Fortunately, they'll turn on your Reinhardt, so you're not totally getting melted here. Are you going to decide that this is too much pressure and boop them back? Are you going to peel for your Reinhardt? I do not want to be your BAP right now. Like, I'm looking at this. Oh, look, my D.Va's in the way. My D.Va's in the way. He's sort of able to get the Reinhardt that he needed.
Nothing to worry about.
Yeah. So, again, this is why you take angles. This is why you go, hey, let me be up over here, let me be up over here, let me be here, but we'll deal. And there just wasn't... Where exactly did you use your micro? You're here. You do this, which is fine.
To shoot you down.
Yeah, at this point, you probably were looking to just boop them out and U-turn out, but that's okay. Peel left, peel left.
Routing power to forward shield.
Why? What are we getting by pushing in right now? If you want to cover this, if you want to defend this, you peel out here. If you want to press this, you're not going to be the one to press it. You still peel here and wait for your Reinhardt to be ready to press this. They're not so weak that you can like booster it and finish them. I don't know why we're just walking at them. We wanted to peel left to make our threat better. I'm okay if you with you shield with you DMing here. I mean, you're basically trading mech for Anna's life here. Your team's not going to back this up well enough. Well, no. Doomfist is going in. Yeah, okay. You had a slightly better sense there for where your team was than I thought. Yeah, that's fine. The team was angled exactly how they needed to be for that push. Good. Sure. Why? I don't care. I do not care if Genji throws a round of shurikens. I do not need to spend DM on a single round of Genji shurikens. If I saw something else and I was catching Genji shurikens with something else, it's your first tick, so I'm usually pretty light on being critical of divas with their first tick. I consider it scouting type stuff, but you know what's coming at you. It's just Genji shurikens. Who cares? Their comp has changed. You're going to break this again. No. Sure. You really went too far with that. Yes, I'm absolutely being micro. But you're 4,300. I'm going to be micro. Stop. Don't overshoot this one. Don't overshoot this one. The instant you've connected, you want to stop your boosters on this one. You don't want to do the U-turn. And the reason for that is you want to maximize your damage into it. And you're going, I want to try to connect with my boop immediately. And then I want to be in a place where I'm still close to you and shooting you as you're being booped away, as opposed to you turning out and then being in a case of, oh, I don't do any real damage to you. You want your damage on him. And it's possible you're trying to boop through the bubble here. No, you're already good. Like, no, you're good. You should have canceled those boosters earlier.
Routing power to forward barrier.
Protecting the DM, fine. Or protecting the Doom, fine. Do you hear it from your left? I don't care about protecting your Reinhardt. I know, I care a lot more about the Tracer on your left. I do not care about the Genji spamming from here in the direction that your Reinhardt is already solved. I care about solving the alternate direction. Now, if the Tracer's here, it's not the end of the world, but were you sure that he was here and not here? Okay. Late on the booster for that one. So late that you don't do it. Okay. Sure. I don't know what you're DMing. I don't know what you think is worth DMing here. That's half your DM. That's half your DM on nothing. Did I miss, like, did you see something I did for that second tick of DM? First tick of DM. Is there an Ana ability I'm not seeing? Is there a sleep dart? Maybe there's a nade. No, that's on her Winston. Okay. You tried, and then you try to turn it into knocking him down on that side. Okay. That was predictable. Like, they've had Azaria for a while. You're choosing to chase down and peel Genji at this point. And the instant she sees you turn, she's gonna go for this. Yeah, that's unfortunate. You guys effectively have beat, though. Marking Zarya was more right than trying to peel the Genji, but I understand why you're peeling the Genji, and you are going to lose your Widow if you don't peel the Genji. Okay, that's fine.
Nerf this! Time to flip! Nerf this!
No. It's over. It's over. They got too much value. Yes, they used Blade plus Grav plus Primal. Yes, you guys used Beat. Yes, you're using Doomfist Punch. I don't know why you're now throwing Self-Destruct into the mix. Like, A, you had full health. You had Matrix. Your mech was perfectly serviceable. It was perfectly good. This isn't like a I need to recover mech. Where, like, you've spent, 400 of your mech's health, your mech has no DM. No, your mech had full DM there. It was missing, like, that much. It had plenty of health. Self-destruct here isn't helpful. Like, maybe if this was defense and you guys had already attacked and you hadn't gone first, sure, you go for this self-destruct, maybe. I actually still wouldn't go for this self-destruct here, but you definitely don't self-destruct in this situation when your team is... How do I want to put this? You're not going to self-destruct in this situation when your team is down a bunch of people. When they've clearly already done their work, you don't have the tools to get back into this. They still have rally going. Like, you don't have the tools to get back into this. It's not going to work. There's Zarya bubbles. There's Winston bubbles. There's, like, no.
Nerf this!
I know you're going to kick it off the edge, which we actually failed to do. But even if we had kicked that off the edge, this was not a winnable fight.
No one. Ejecting.
I don't mind going down to touch again, but what are we shooting at? Really? Oh well.
No one can hide from my sight.
Objective lost.
Might have to go a little bit faster. That's fine. Okay. So should self-destruct be used primarily to reset your mech and get new one? Then secondly so self-destruct gets used in a couple ways. I don't know why it's sending me here. Self-destruct gets used in a couple ways. And the ways that you're looking at for self-destruct when I'm not in an airplane. The ways that get used for self-destruct are going to be, you can use it sort of like you'd use beat to sustain an engagement. Like, hey, we're in, and I want to protect the engagement as we're fighting it. I want to relieve some pressure from my team, so my team is fighting here, the opposing team is fighting here, and I want to throw my self-destruct maybe back over here, something like that, as our teams are actively fighting. That would be one way, and then, oh shoot, they're going to use their resources to deal with the self-destruct, to speed away from the self-destruct, to, throw a mail up, whatever it is to deal with the self-destruct, but that gives us a huge resource lead to wipe them out. That's one way to use a self-destruct. The other valid way to use a self-destruct is going to be to effectively get your resources back mid-fight. Yes, where you're going to go, hey, I'm down to 200 HP, I'm out of DM, maybe I don't have micro missiles, I would really like a new mech, and our team is fighting, so I'll kind of throw a self-destruct. Maybe our team's been fighting for a bit, but I'll kind of throw a self-destruct. I do have boosters. I'll throw a self-destruct to do this sort of thing, even though it's later in the fight. It's not really that. This isn't my huge goal. Really, I want a fresh mech back that has more HP because our supports are busy, that has my fresh DM back, that has micro missiles, and of course I'll get the boosters back that I'm investing into this. So you can do like a combination effect type thing of this, and that's valid too. You're not really looking to just go, aha, I'm just looking to get a limbs with just my self-destruct. That doesn't really work. People are too good at Overwatch. You can get eliminations with self-destruct because the enemy team is busy fighting your team, but that wasn't really happening here. If the other team is up 2, they're not going to be in a situation where, oh, we don't have the tools to deal with the self-destruct. Like, yes, you can if it's late enough in the fight, if they're truly exhausted on cooldowns, if they're truly in a terrible position, you can get eliminations with it, don't get me wrong. But you're really more looking as this is protecting our engage, or this is, not like even the beginning of it, but this is protecting our fight, this is draining resources while we're actively fighting of the opponents from a different direction. It becomes like putting a bob out there on a different direction. Or I need more resources and I can also do this. And then finally you can do the I don't have boosters but my mech is breaking, but it's hugely important that I'm in this fight, so I'm just going to self-destruct to where it is and remech. Now for the people that don't know, what do you do if you're in a plane? That change anything? Well, it depends. Is this plane going like woo, 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 and doing artificial gravity, artificial no G loops, where like, oh, you're coming down and you have no gravity, you have no gravity? Is it doing things like that? If it is, well then you've got to play special. You've got to understand that your stuff your jumps are gonna take you super high, things like that. No. Okay, you're not playing in a plane. Okay.
Time to raise my APM.
Is there a specific thing to aim for when throwing your mech? Like aiming at the backline, for example? Aim to create a threat from a different angle than your team. Like, yes, you would like to aim it as well in certain positions where they can't quite tell where it's going to go. They can't quite tell whether their piece of cover works or doesn't work because, it's going to end up somewhere like here, where it's like, oh shoot, or is it going to end up here where this pillar works, or is it going to end up here where the pillar doesn't work, or is it going to end up on this side of this choke, or is it going to end up on this side of the choke? You like that sort of thing with it, but the primary thing, the lower level, easier to execute thing that is more important is going to be, it's a different angled threat from your team. So like it's back here when your team is fighting from here and here.
Boosters engaged.
Why did we booster?
Let them off.
Sure. Take him down. There's a tracer behind you.
Boosters engaged.
You just do not care about tracers behind you, even remotely. Okay. Is there an opening on her? Did she spend something?
Need healing. Get through this.
Yeah, I didn't really see the opening that I think you thought you did. I still don't see it, and if I'm going to boost down like this, I'm actually going to finish my boosters up here where I'm threatening this a bit more. I'm not going to finish my boosters here unless I actually did see something that I need to be right here to force the elimination. You didn't have it, so finish up here if you want to get aggressive, if you want to ward them off a bit more.
Routing power to forward shield. I would have to shoot you down. Routing power to forward barrier. APM 좀 옮겨볼까?
So you're backing out.
Routing power to forward barrier.
And I'd like you to use this time that you're backing out rather than to just go straight back like this. You've actually got a little bit of time. Boosters is on a very short cooldown. I'd like you to take an angle. This is too aggressive, and you can potentially get punished for they can get through here too quickly before you have boosters back. But even something like up here is like, hey, I have this. I can pressure down from the angle. I can DM across, and I can just drop back this way. I can ward this. I can ward this. If I don't like it, I can drop. Honestly, if I don't like it, I'll have boosters back by the time I need to, and I can get out, or I can go in to U-turn, scoop someone in, etc. You're playing 2 main, and I get that a lot of your playing main is because they have this Winston, and this Winston is taking very main dives. But that wasn't a main dive. Do we want to go knock him off with booster? Yeah. We're late. Yeah.
Огонь по готовности. Round 1 complete.
You have to use even narrow openings of like 3 and 4 seconds, like while the team is pushing but still a fair ways away, to go take that off-angled high ground, to be up there where you're ready to do work. You'll still be able to knock the Winston off course, mess up his jump in from over here. Even if he jumps down main, you just go, that's nice, boop, and you knock him over there, and then you fall down here with him, and you finish him off type thing. Your boops don't always have to be in the direction like, oh, the Winston is coming this way, so I have to counterbalance him perfectly from this direction. No, you don't. And your DM is better. Your threats are better. You have more ability to loop and knock people in. More ability to sort of go, oh, you're going to try to walk past me? Nope, I'm just going to drop on your Zen and eliminate your Zen and eliminate it, etc. But that's okay.
Ready for battle.
As a flat player, it's pretty crazy to me that people can be 4,300 and Temporal still points out tons of stuff, but I can point out tons of stuff. I mean, I point out tons of stuff with 4,600 players, 4,700 players. I have you guys know I do a fair amount of coaching for Northeastern, and they have a diva that's 45, 4,600. Like, I work with them basically, like every week there. There's still lots to work on. That's how it works. Yeah, there we go. Mercedes has it. 4,700 players make too many mistakes. One of my catchphrases. This is just scouting. You're calling the composition, I'm sure. So now we know that they are Rheinbrig, Kree, Diva. Fine. We saw the Genji as well. We don't know that the Anna's in there. I don't know why you chose to then shoot at that. Like, you already got your scouting information. This just cost you health. Why are you reopening this? Why? We have all the scouting information we needed. Now you're just delaying your DM's recharge. You're making your supports work harder. Fine.
Routing tower to forward barrier.
Perfectly fine. Less good when your Reinhardt is also doing it, but he shouldn't be doing it. So this is technically wrong. If you pop your micro missiles here and you pop your micro missiles, like, this is technically wrong. You pop your micro missiles, they're not going to get any value. She's got too much health. She's in line of sight of her team. I like you warding her out, don't get me wrong, but you can ward her out with regular shots. You can ward her out while backing up. You can ward her out if it comes to it with DM. But usually you just wouldn't spend in this Diva matchup. Generally, the first Diva to flinch and either to use micro missiles or to use DM is the Diva that's losing, and the other Diva will recognize that. You're obviously losing. You're missing health. You're missing DM. Like, you're obviously losing, and you both know that, but you still mostly want to keep this on regular damage, because if you micro at this point, she's just going to DM.
Time to raise my DVA.
Sure.
I'm going to shoot you down.
Please tell me we're not going this way. Okay.
No. I'm going to shoot you down.
This is very one-dimensional. But okay, you're choosing to pretend to be Zarya.
Routing tower. No.
Sure. Doomfist is in. You're micromissiling. You're really done. You don't need to protect the Doomfist this badly. Not with that tiny bit of DM while your micromissiles are going. You're spending both and you really don't have enough DM for him. I'm definitely being micro here. I just don't think you dive this. Like, again, your DM wasn't in a good situation before you went in here, nor was your health. Yeah. If you'd wanted to take a dive on this anyways, it also would have been like a, hey, your team's going here, you booster yourself up to here, you wait for a second, and then you go. Or you look to play through this. Like, you can if you want. You don't have to do the, I'm just going to be basic, like, if you're going to do this, play Zarya type thing. If you're just like, I'm playing DM so that I can DM my Reinhardt when he swings, absolutely. Sometimes you're going to DM your Reinhardt when he swings, when he breaks chokes. That's absolutely important. But we can get a little more interesting than that.
Ejecting. Time to be young to die.
Let them up.
Sure.
APM 좀 올려볼까?
You DM? Sure, that's totally reasonable. He's in danger. And then you drop the DM because you don't want to greed, but if that's the case, you need to step forward. Good. Yeah, you step forward reasonably. I don't know why you then you step back after he's eliminated. Okay, that's fine. Just boost trap. Just leave. Literally just leave. Leave!
Okay.
That did not have to be like that. You could have gotten out.
In the desert, the cheetah lives for 3 years, and the camel lives for 9.
Oh, hey guys, it's Adam. It's not.
이건 사기야.
My ultimate is ready.
So this is cool and all, and this team is annoyed, and I'm sure they don't like it. Imagine how much more annoyed they'd be if you boosted up to here, waited on your super short booster cooldowns, and then as your Reinhardt pushed, you came in over here and threw DM across, and they'd be like, wait, what? And then Anna would be like, no, I don't like that, and she'd go for a sleep dart, and you'd flick it across and eat it. Or you'd go, oh, I don't like getting shot, so you'd drop. And then with your next boosters, you'd booster in with a U-turn, well, with a boop in booster and send their Reinhardt into your team to just take apart. Imagine that. Imagine the places you could go. Or again, you could go, hey, I'm more interested in something up here and warding off their Genji and not letting this battle for the top happen. Sure.
I need healing. Get to the test.
Sure. One step too far forward there.
I need healing. Get to the test.
Good. Better. That was a good boop into a body block to trap her.
Let them up. Go.
Routing power to forward shield.
Your window. You don't need to DM it. Lost him a little. Again, that's like a hopeful DM right here. Like what specifically are you DMing here?
Defense matrix activated.
Oh, so you do recognize that you can go through these windows. If you can go through these windows and you recognize that, and you can even balance on these windows, by the way, why aren't we getting a little bit of pressure here to make them go, hey, we don't like that. Oh, that's a huge opening for your Reinhardt to walk in. Like, huge is a slight exaggeration, but
Time to raise my APM. Time to flip.
it's fine. Adam confirmed 4,300 Anna. More proof Adam is an evolution / mutation of Jumbo. I don't think so. I don't think so, but maybe Crunch.
Routing power to forward barrier.
We can still find mistakes in the world champions for chess. Overwatch will be riddled with them. Yeah, yeah.
Routing power to forward barrier.
No, no. Your timing is too late. Your team is right here. Your Reinhardt's already pushed past choke, and you can see that your Reinhardt is already pushed past choke. You were right the first time. You had to work your way. You can go here if you want to stage. But there's not time to go this way anymore. By the way, Doomfist has found the spot I wanted you to take. There's not time to go join your team this way anymore. That's not how you play Diva. You want to go, hey, I'm happy to take the off angle. Yes, you'd like to be there to DM your Reinhardt when he swings. Wouldn't that be great? But you can do that from the side. You're much scarier to them if you're going up here from the side. That's in fact the reason that they're backed up right now is because they knew you were going to be late on the coming back and you'd probably take the off angle, or because they see that Doomfist is here. But it's these off angles that have forced this team to back up that have made it so much easier for your Rhine to walk in this time. That's what's going on. It's a big deal. And their Genji might feed as a result of this, which is pretty cool, because he doesn't really deserve to be there.
Nerf this. I see.
Well, you know, then that happened. You can't be here. Easy boost out. Easy boost out.
60 seconds remaining.
Really? Okay. That is not the route I'd have taken to go. Making them eliminate you. Good.
I'm cruising for a bruise.
30 seconds remaining.
APM to no attack.
Step rider.
Off angle. Off angle. You're almost there. So let's again not forget about the threat behind us. We do care about threats behind our team. Yes, we like to enable our Reinhardt. We don't want to be like, oh, protecting my backline, peeling from my backline is the most important thing ever. It's my only job. We do not want to tunnel too hard in that. It's good. It's way too easy, and we'll find mid-level off-tank players, especially divas, get way too focused on their backline and don't offer enough support to their Winston, to their Reinhardt. And it hurts. It hurts the value of their front line. But you pay like almost zero attention to Tracers and Genjis behind you. And this is sort of okay, except that he's shielding. I don't really want to DM him right now. I want you stepping over here and shooting from here. I want you stepping over here and shooting from here. Or I want you going back and peeling this Genji. Not hard peeling him, just with, you know, hey, we're doing a ticket DM. We're doing that. We're going to... He's not really even close enough for you to do a U-turn boost. But again, your U-turn boost would end you up back up here. Back up here. You got so close... where you're like, yes, I'm going to push back this Brig. Great, you have an angle on their team. I love it. Why are you closing your angle? Why are you stacking on your right? Why are you making your angle worse? Can you see this? You've got a McCree over here. We've got a U over here. Imagine how great that would be. Finish on high ground.
Time to raise my APM.
Your Doomfist is in. Rather than jumping on Doomfist's target, which you know is going to be eliminatable, you choose to DM. Okay. And then you choose to jump on McCree so that McCree can't shoot at the Doomfist. I can live with it.
Burning rubber.
Did you hear that he doesn't have flash or something? Oh, wrong. Where did he flash?
Hold up now.
You did see that. Okay.
Burning rubber.
The melee finishes him. The melee finished him. The melee finished. Oh, you missed your window. Okay.
Time to raise my DVA then.
It's fine.
This is going to hurt.
Who's got one?
Yeah. So your weakness is off angling. I can get into your DM management. Like, I can get into your DM management and talk about how you're DMing Genji shurikens that are aimed at you that don't matter. I can talk about how, hey, you can use that first tick for scouting, but even some of your scouting stuff was meh. I can talk about how you overstayed your welcome here and it didn't really make sense. Like, you got the information of what their comp was immediately, closed the angle, called out to your team, no problem. Absolutely no reason to repeak it. Yeah, I could talk about some of your booster shenanigans where you should have canceled this booster early. We could get on, hey, the melee finish. We could get a little bit more into your tracking with D.Va. But the real thing that's holding back your D.Va is you're not really using or understanding your off angles well enough. You're not at like a 0% understanding of them, but you're certainly weak for a 4300 player. So what we're looking at here is I think you're just having this belief of I need to be here to boop out their Winston. I need to like I need to exactly match him. Like if he's coming in this way, I need to go this way. No, Winston's leap is pretty fragile. If you hit him from here, he's going to fall down. If you hit him from here, he's going to fall down. That's fine. And again, if you go hey and hit him from here, he's gonna be messed up. And even if he doesn't land here, which is what you'd like, even if it, just like stops him and goes, ooh, and he slams into this, that's fine. You've accomplished what you needed to. He's not on his preferred target. He's not where he intended to land, which means he doesn't have an easy retreat, an easy out, etc. From what, he doesn't have the out that he plans to have there. He's messed up his team's engaged so that he won't have the bubble where he wants it to let his team engage. I think it's either the enemy Winston or your friendly Reinhardt in your belief that, like, my job as D.Va is to enable my Reinhardt, and the best way to do that is to DM my Reinhardt while he's swinging. Well, DMing your Reinhardt while he's swinging is very important, and it's a skill that some divas don't have or don't do enough, so I'm not going to be like, oh, forget about it. It definitely is important, but did you see how much these guys backed up when you had a Doomfist posted up here, and you were threatening to come in from over here? You relieve a lot of pressure on your Reinhardt by making them think about a different direction. Oh, and it's a lot easier for your Reinhardt to push in to take space when they have to be worried about, is there a D.Va coming from here? Is there a D.Va coming from here? I'm not saying you're never going to go this way, though I'm kind of saying that. I'd much prefer you even go up here to relieve some pressure, even go over here in 2 steps, and then come over here to relieve some pressure. Those would be better than what you're doing. But even if you do these things, as your Reinhardt pushes in, you still get chances to DM his swings. As you're up here, he pushes in, you go up here, or you go up here, he pushes in, you DM down, you get to protect his swings. Or you did your threat up here to pull eyeballs, you drop, you DM from the side. You don't need to DM from behind it. When you over here, you were sort of DMing him from the side. He wasn't swinging, but DM from the side. That was better, and even just a little bit of off-angle pressure helps a lot. It makes their Reinhardt uncomfortable of like, wait, that D.Va does damage. I'd like to shield against that D.Va. My shielding the Reinhardt doesn't help, but wait, I want to be able to shield the Reinhardt because I have to be looking at the Reinhardt to hit my counterpins, to be ready to block those shatters, etc. I kind of want to be swinging at the Reinhardt who's in my face, not the D.Va, more so than the D.Va. So like these off-angles, even gentle ones, are going to help. And against this Winston, if you felt like, oh, I couldn't off-angle against that Winston, again, those U-turn boops are good, but you can hit it from the side. And you can be here. You can go, hey, 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 shoot, 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 shoot. And if they come in, I'm like this, and I'm shooting from the side, and that's good. I'm not saying you can't ever stand here and shoot from behind the Rhine shield. It's a stupid formation, but I'm not saying you can't do it. But be ready to pull out here a little bit. Be ready to DM across for your team rather than DM from inside your team forward. That's really what's going to help you out. And I'll look at your specific post. Probably the weakest off tank. Every time we go to engage a team fight, our whole team just collapses. Yeah, because the other team is playing angles better. Because the other team understands it a little better. You're applying pressure in a very unidirectional way, and that's not going to work terribly well. Yeah. What can I do differently in terms of playing and staging against Double Bubble and playing against Rush? I feel like there is some weakness that is preventing me from going to 4,400 thoughts. Yeah, there is, and it's off angling. It is off angling that is preventing you here. In terms of Brawl and Double Bubble specifically, I mean, it works against both of those comps. It's not like off angling suddenly becomes helpless against Brawl. In fact, it's more important that you're off angling because, hey, they will out Brawl you if it is kept to a close range fight. Double Bubble, you can still hit it. You can still do that. We like that. Consider approaching with these. Consider, even if you feel these are too aggressive, this is too aggressive, even just using this one up here. And if you don't like it, if you take too much damage, that's fine. You drop up, you get healed. Nothing lost. Your booster is a very short cooldown. You're good. Okay. I know that was a short one, but I do have coaching to go do for a team right now. So we are going to go ahead and call it here. If you guys are enjoying the content, please do like and subscribe, as that helps out quite a bit, and I really do appreciate it. If you have any questions, you can throw them up in chat now. Or if you're looking to catch these live so that you can ask your questions, things like that, the best way to do that is join my Discord. And in my Discord, you can react to become a watcher. If you become a watcher, you'll get Discord pings when I go live. You can look, is this a topic you care about? Do you care about GM Divas? Do you care about Silver Annas? Do you care about reviewing Reinhardt guides? Do you care about Havana map guides? You can see what the topic is and go, oh, that's something I want to be there for, to ask questions, to have comments about, etc. So that's going to do it. I'm not seeing any more questions in chat, so we're going to call it here. Thanks, guys. Temporal out.